right, hello everybody and welcome back to B-Buds. I'm Yoshi.
And I'm going into trial.
That's Charlie, and we're back to playing some Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. And we don't know how long is left in this trial. Hopefully we can finish this, because the next time we can record is like 5 months from now, and we're not going to remember anything. All right, that's you.
All right, it's time.
Hello, Cuthbert.
Cuthbert. Oh, hi, Ms. Timora.
You're a lot less jumpy than you were yesterday. I'm glad to see you're finally getting used to things. So, what did you find in your investigation?
You tell Ms. Timora about everything you've learned over your investigation.
There aren't a lot of clues that point to what actually happened.
Yeah, I know a lot of details about the crime scene, but nothing about the crime itself.
Well, it'll have to do. Your client's getting the chair at the end of this, but at least you'll have tried.
This means I'll have to rely solely on pointing out contradictions in the witnesses' testimonies.
Being reactive to the prosecution's moves is a valid strategy. Honestly, I think it was a miracle that you got the commander to cooperate with you at all. He hates my guts.
Right. You almost forgot.
I remember that time I bribed him.
Commander White appears to have it out for Ms. Timora. Actually, I wanted to ask about that. Did something happen between you and Commander White?
I was young, brash.
Nope.
Miss McCoy, please proceed to the courtroom for your counsel.
Does everyone who works there have the similar voice?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all the same, actually.
All right, let's go, Tyrion. The trial's about to start. It's been nice knowing you. You should go. The judge is waiting.
Right. Another secret is left buried between you two.
Here, this is all the times I committed tax fraud. It's probably why he hates me so
Take
much.
that!
Court is now resumed for the trial of Celeste McCoy. Please review the proceedings from yesterday.
Please, it wasn't anywhere in that.
Yesterday, the defense presented some shocking oversights that made during the investigation.
Yes, I personally saw to it that the investigation was conducted properly this time.
I see. I suppose that puts my mind at ease.
At yesterday's trial, we found an inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, the defense tried to push the following narrative: that a third party must have interfered with the crime scene to frame the defendant. Bam! Oh. However, the prosecution has discovered another explanation. Because of that, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night. His eyewitness account will clear up what actually happened.
Interesting. It was my understanding that the individual in question wanted to remain anonymous.
Supposedly, this witness was within the gallery of the trial yesterday. After yesterday's proceedings, he felt that he couldn't stay silent any longer.
So that's her plan. But why would the witness change his mind like that? And it has to be a guy. Did Steelwind persuade him? Or is something else happening here?
Very well. Let's hear from the witness.
This witness.
I don't care at all. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
I'm trying to get back to the voice. So.
My name is Reese Reginald Rudolph. I am a chauffeur of the equine variety. Reese Rudolph, occupation servant.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm unfamiliar with that profession.
He means to say that he's a carriage driver.
Oh, I see. But in any case, it is my understanding that you found the body. Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph?
Rudolph appears to be writing something in a notebook. He writes with incredible speed. His pen only touches the paper for maybe a second before he's filled out an entire page.
Mr. Rudolph?
My magic is... forgive me. I was merely taking notes, the people in this room.
Taking notes?
The witness has a certain compulsion to keep a record of every event that he witnesses.
I see.
A perfect witness.
Then I assume we will receive an accurate testimony of how you found the body.
Actually, I witnessed much more than that. I saw the crime as it was being committed. After one sentence and one act, everyone should believe me. And I wrote down everything that I saw.
What?
That is quite the claim. If that's true, why did you choose to remain silent until now?
We had initially concluded that the evidence alone was decisive enough. Therefore, we saw no need at the time for his testimony. However, those circumstances clearly changed during yesterday's trial.
There's no way the prosecution wouldn't leverage eyewitness testimony from the start. Something else is happening here.
Very well. Mr. Rudolph, please testify to the court about what you saw that night.
Oh my god. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. This occurred at 1:28 a.m. I know this because I'm good at keeping time. Worried that something was amiss, I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. There I saw the defendant. She was lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights. She had stabbed Flynn at McCoy and was channeling magic into her sword. She removed her sword from Flynnart's back, and as he slowly turned to face her, she stabbed him again in the front. She soon realized that I had witnessed a heinous crime. She let the body fall to the ground and fled the scene.
He's very imposing.
Incredible. If everything occurred as the witness described, then I see no room for debate.
Of course, the evidence has always been irrefutable.
You don't remember seeing him when you left to look for Celeste? But it was pretty dark. Celeste, did you see this man that night?
No, this is my first time meeting him. I take a note of every loser I run into. Well, there's you.
No!
And I just wrote his name down. I didn't see him when I ran out of the tavern that night.
So, he has to be lying. Well,
Does that mean he's the one who killed my dad?
If he's telling the truth, you are. She tries her best to hide it, but you can sense her restlessness.
Oh my gosh, is he lying? He just said I killed my dad, but I didn't do that.
He might be lying. It's hard to say right now, but it's definitely a possibility.
The defense may now begin their cross-examination.
He didn't move. Although I don't know how well that's going to play into it, because he said he moved, but I think the argument for there's no blood trail is that he still died in the same position.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to press him on that part.
Okay.
Do you think this one?
Sure.
So, you're saying that my defendant stabbed him twice with her sword?
Yes, that's exactly what I saw.
But there's only one visible wound on the body. If what you say is true, then that means she stabbed him through the same wound. Isn't that extremely improbable?
Improbable, but not impossible.
She was like mist going through his body the second time.
It is strange, I'll give you that. But nevertheless, that's what the witness saw happen.
She's really reaching with this, but you won't get anywhere unless you can prove that he's lying. Okay, well. So you're saying that my...
That's the
my
same
god,
one, yeah.
I was trying to do the one before that, obviously.
I've already heard this one before. I mean, you just go 1 to 6 basically, right? In this, you don't lose anything by pressing
You don't
every
lose.
single one.
Yeah. You sound certain that you saw my client and the victim.
You saw certain.
Seems certain. How were you so sure it was them?
Flint McCoy and his daughter were well known within the town. Flint had made himself quite known in the region through his social activism. And young Celeste dresses in a manner that is far wealthier than the townsfolk of Cornhaven.
Do you live in the same town as the McCoys? How would you know about this?
I don't live there, but my work brings me there frequently.
I didn't mean to go into the RWs or the witness's place. The witness's place of residence has no bearing on his testimony. What matters is that he was there when the murder occurred.
Why is Steelwind deflecting questions about his personal life? Okay, I guess I'll press this one next.
Sure.
And you let her get away?
I'm just a simple carriage driver. I have no way of combating an armed assailant.
Wouldn't be armed. The sword's still in the body.
True.
The witness also saw the defendant using magic. Did you honestly expect a chauffeur to subdue an armed mercenary? Really talking about armed.
You suppose that she has a point there.
Can't you present to... Well, I guess.
He must have come up with a detailed story beforehand and wrote it down. His little quirk of writing everything down is the perfect cover for him to read over his notes. I guess
it would be hard. I'm the one I'm trying to... I guess it would be hard to catch him lying if he has a way to keep his story straight. We have to find a way to make his story
Actually,
gay.
it's just the opposite. With all those details, it'll be that much easier to find an inconsistency. You just need to find out which detail is incorrect. Which one of those is incorrect?
You were not transporting your client.
We present this. Because there's no blue glow.
Yeah.
Objection!
You can say that if you...
Objection! Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim, and you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so?
Yes, I could never forget such a grisly sight. That moment was burned into my memory.
I see. Well, it's funny that you should say that. That you say that.
How so?
It's hilarious that you should... It's hilarious you should say that.
Because your entire testimony was a complete lie.
What?
Oh, my foot. Are you accusing the witness
Why do I
of
keep
perjury?
doing this?
Wait, are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that such accusations can't be made lightly, Mr. Cuthbert.
It's Cuthbert. My accusation is far from baseless, Prosecutor Steelwind. Take a look at this report. The dining room lights are artificery devices, not magic, that are powered by an arcane power cell. However, that same arcane power cell was broken during the time of the murder. The dining room lights had no energy. The room would have been pitch black. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less a homicide.
Wait, I can explain.
God. There's no need, witness. You could have easily seen another source of light. Perhaps one of the McCoys lit a blue candle because of the blackout.
The witness clearly described a source of blue light. A candle or lantern wouldn't emit a color like that.
Then the witness was clearly mistaken.
The witness records everything he sees in his notebook. He even remembers the exact times that each event occurred. So why would he be incorrect about such a clear and obvious detail?
Hold on, you could be clear.
No, what the witness saw was clearly some form of magic. And due to the lack of power, it couldn't have been artificery. It must have been an arcane spell.
Unlike the arcane power sources.
That's it.
What is it, witness?
I must have made an incorrect assumption. Please allow me to revise my testimony. A very normal thing to do.
What do you think of this prosecutor, Steelwind?
If the witness wants to revise the testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him.
And you, Mr. Cuthbert?
That really took it out of me. I think. If he thinks he saw something different, then it's only fair to hear him out.
But if he's lying, it's the chair.
You'll tear through each of his lies no matter what he does.
Witness testimony.
I remember now. Yesterday, it was revealed that Flynn was killed using magic. I must have seen Flynn's daughter channeling a magic spell. The spell was called Mage Blade, am I correct? That's it. The blue glow that I saw must have been created by Mage Blade.
Does it?
I see.
Does it?
So the blue light that you saw came from the defendant's magic. Mr. Cuthbert, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
With pleasure.
Like, can't we just have her do magic and see if it's a blue glow? Is it a blue glow? Like, we don't. Do we know this?
Actually, let's see. Do we know this?
Okay, the compendium spells.
Oh.
Spells, right? Yellow radiant glow. Boom.
Heck yeah.
The blue glow must have been created by Mage Blade. How about
Boom. Boom. Objection! Mr. Rudolph, you don't know much about magic, do you?
Of course not. Are you trying to say that I should have recognized Celeste's Mage Blade?
No, I admit that you probably wouldn't know about Mage Blade, but that's exactly where your mistake was.
My mistake?
Mr. Rudolph, if you were aware of how Mage Blade works, then you would know that the spell emits a yellow radiant glow.
just double checking really quick?
Which means the blue glow you saw couldn't possibly have been Mage Blade.
You're right. This is ridiculous. I'll grant you that the witness clearly remembers seeing a blue glow. But what significance could such a minor detail have?
It's extremely significant, Prosecutor Steelwind. If the witness did see a blue magical glow, then he must have witnessed another spell at the scene.
I would like to revise my testimony to a yellow glow.
Please.
Preposterous. You don't have any evidence to back up. No, that's the point of cross-examination. Of course there's no evidence. You've showed the evidence.
That blue... That blue glow made a large impression on the witness. He wrote it down in his notebook, and he specifically mentioned the color. There's no way he would be mistaken about something like that.
Well, I was mistaken.
So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph?
Thank you for handing it to me on a platter. A yellow light.
Did you see my client at the scene casting a spell that she couldn't have possibly have cast? Or did you see another mage at the scene?
Well...
Your Honor, the defense has no right to accuse the witness like this. That's...
Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. If you are found to have lied in your testimony, you will be prosecuted and killed.
I'll do it myself.
With my not magic.
No. Blue glow go.
No, wait, please.
Now that is quite enough of that. I've kicked him out.
Garrick Pierce suddenly steps down from the gallery and walks to the witness stand. He's breaking every possible rule in the book, but no one in the room moves to stop him. The bailiff looks at the judge nervously, but the judge just narrows his eyes and carefully watches Pierce.
Why do we even have a justice system?
Pierce, meanwhile, shoves the still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins addressing the courtroom. What is he even doing here?
Take 3 guesses.
Yeah.
I will not stand by while you harass my servant. Pierce, we discussed this. There is no need for you to take the stand.
And what, pray tell, did they discuss?
Nonsense. I have nothing to hide. And if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have needed to intervene.
It's intervene.
God damn it.
For the first time, Steelwind doesn't seem to have control of the situation.
What is the meaning of this, Miss Steelwind? Who is this man?
This is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor. That is Lord Garrick Pierce to you, Steelwind. I am the honorable heir to the Pierce noble house. In any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault.
What do you mean?
You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous.
What? Are you saying you had Rudolph lie for you?
I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to law enforcement. It wouldn't simply
Do.
It simply wouldn't do for a member of the nobility to appear publicly in court.
Lord Pierce. This is a long sentence. Regardless of your intentions, this is a very clear act of perjury.
You're gonna die doing that voice.
But from the look of the judge on the judge's face, you can easily tell that he won't face any actual consequences.
I understand, and I will accept the consequences of that. But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed that girl to escape her crimes. Please let me testify as to what I saw that night.
Very well. This is highly irregular, but I believe the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. However, know that this misconduct has hurt your credibility.
Very well. I saw a blue light. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven. I happened to be passing by the McCoy Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. That is when I saw the snee inside. I saw the defendant stabbing that poor man twice with her sword.
Garrick Pierce. He's a member of the nobility.
Does that mean he might be lying? That means he's probably a mage, right? And he's the only other mage that was there that night. Does that mean?
There's no doubt about it. He's the only person that could have left a trace of transmutation on the body. He has to be the mage that we're looking for. Sorry, this must be a lot for you right now.
Well, I can't really go anywhere, so don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down. Kill him. Kill him in front of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, we already... Okay. Stop the carriage. Twice with the sword.
Pressless?
Yeah, I guess.
And I assume that you're going to say that she stabbed him from opposite sides each time?
Of course. Mind you, I have no idea why she would act like that. But she can prove that she didn't What? But can you... Wow. But can you prove that she didn't do exactly what I described?
I suppose not. At least not yet, anyways. Pierce is definitely the real murderer.
Oh, what the real murder
This
is.
means that this means that there has to be a lie somewhere in his testimony.
He keeps saying that he stood at the entrance the entire time. If he killed my father, then he would have been further in.
Right. Is there any way you can prove that he was further inside the building? Probably with the map that we got.
How?
I don't know. Let's look at the map.
We didn't even look at the map to begin with. A single step inside the establishment.
Map. View.
That's
door,
not
body.
a map of the establishment. That's like 1/4 of it. A single step is still in it. That's not one block. One box is 5 feet. I was like, that's not 5 feet.
Let's see. Occupation
okay.
doesn't matter. Key doesn't matter. Sister doesn't matter yet. Bottle. Probably later.
Crime scene picture, view. No, that's
probably
just
not.
the traces. That's just magic traces.
I think it's map, but I don't understand it.
The location where the murder must have... Well, if you took a single step inside the
Yeah,
establishment,
where he's right here.
a straight line, I think, is still, like, possible, maybe?
I'm just gonna present it.
Okay.
Objection! Yeah, nope. This isn't it.
Nope.
It's too general.
I guess you're right. Stopped carriage, okay. Poor man twice with their sword. We don't have to worry about that. I guess press?
Okay.
You get unlimited presses, right? What?
If he was in the tavern entrance, then that would mean he was here.
This isn't pressing. Okay. I think... From the W marker.
You saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance? It'd be quite dark considering that the lights weren't operational. Even if my client was using Mage Blade at the time.
Ah, of course, I'd forgotten that detail. I couldn't see what was happening, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene.
You used magic at the crime scene?
Yeah, when I killed him, I mean... Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. That same blue light must have been what my driver saw.
I thought that Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all.
No. If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. He must have made that detail a part of his testimony earlier.
That actually makes a lot of sense now that you think about
No,
it.
it doesn't. Why would...
Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light. It'd be strange if he was lying about that. But anyway, he was sure he saw a murder too. It's strange that he's lying about that. Which spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene?
It was the Conjure Leech spell. For the duration of the spell, the mode of magical light appears in the caster's hand. Spell color of the light is chosen by the caster and can be changed at will for the spell's duration. Mode of light provides illumination for 15 feet of the caster and no further. No further.
No.
That's how
further.
light works.
Your Honor, if the witness used his magic at the crime scene, then I'd like for his spell compendium to be added to the court record.
Thankfully, the tavern is written out like a grid system.
That's a huge tavern, now thinking about it.
I see no reason to evade the witness's privacy over a trivial illumination spell.
I agree.
What?
The defense would need a stronger reason to requisition the witness's spell compendium.
We're not requisitioning it. We're writing it down in the record. What is this clown court? Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting of your station.
Oh, shut up.
So, from the tavern, you can...
Now
yeah,
we can
use
do the map. Where'd the map go?
There.
Oh.
Yeah, because it got it updated.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, there's no way.
30, 40, 45.
How big are those chairs? 5-foot chairs. Come down to the McCoy Tavern. We've got 5-foot chairs.
Objection! Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminated the scene from the tavern entrance?
Those chairs are like 25 square feet.
And you only took a single step into the building?
Of course. I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance.
In that case, I'd like for you to take a look at the map of the tavern.
Oops. I forgot physics existed.
If we take a look at this map, that would place you right here where the W is. Am I correct?
Our tables are also 100 square feet. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the logistics. The size of this bar furniture.
This bar.
Oh my god, that thing's huge.
It's 10 feet wide. How does he give anyone drinks? No wonder it failed.
My bar size is huge. My family's in shambles. I'm not going down on the size of this bar. Of course I was. I do not know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat that fact.
Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there, considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area within 15 feet.
And it looks like the caves of Moria down there. What? The spell's range is...
Is it?
The spell's range is irrelevant. We've already established that the victim could have been illuminated by Mage Blade.
During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated that he couldn't see what was happening. That's why he cast Conjure Light in the first place. However, Conjure Light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further.
It looks like a giant void past it. Really weird effect.
If he had stayed at the entrance, his spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene.
But what does this mean? Oh no.
I've decided I'm going to read an entire novella while I'm here.
Lord Pierce, did you illuminate the crime scene or not?
Will, I
I can answer that question for you, Lord Honor.
Oh, I like that title, actually. Suits me pretty well.
I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce did illuminate the scene of the crime. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened.
Mr.
We're almost done, I think.
Mr. Cuthbert, are you trying to say that Lord Pierce was that close to where the murder occurred?
How would that be possible? Well, there's only one way this scenario would make sense, Your Honor. And that would be if Garrick Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy.
Oh wow, he could have murdered. Hold on for a moment. I didn't even read that last one.
That is absurd.
That is absurd. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room.
And which spell would that be, Pierce?
Kill a man.
Not that one.
Why is there even a spell called Kill a Man? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one it was now that I that I think about it. You idiot.
Well, maybe we can figure it out together when you relinquish your spell compendium to the court.
What? This is a clear violation of my privacy. Steelwind, why aren't you objecting to this? If you had listened to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. If we had just committed normal perjury like we talked about, you've made your bed, now lie in it. Steelwind, you treacherous.
Smack!
No.
That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objections. With everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell compendium to the court.
Gary Pierce's spell compendium. It contains prestidigitation, shape liquid, frost wave, conjure water, conjure light, conjure water, conjured water, then shaped liquid, then frost waved it,
Oh my god.
then prestidigitation, whatever that means.
Prestidigitation has been added to your notes. Conjure water has been added to your notes.
Water maintains contraction.
Frostwave has been added to your
Cold
notes.
air, okay.
Shaped
Yeah,
liquid has been added
manipulate.
to your notes.
Complex shapes can freeze it. Good job, Tyrion. We got a spell compendium.
With that, this case is as good as yours. What?
Was that inner monologue or not?
Could be both, could be neither. Is that the eye speaking to you?
Or isn't?
God.
She didn't even try to stop you from taking a spell compendium.
God, I think this is longer.
She wouldn't let that happen just to spite Lord Pierce.
Yeah, she would.
She definitely still has something up her sleeve.
You talked about her. She has a sense of justice.
Your Honor, I've looked at the spells in Lord Pierce's compendium.
Also, this is like the only way that she can lead to his downfall. She doesn't like him.
Conjure Light is the only spell that he can cast that would shed a blue light. This renders his testimony and many of his statements false.
Ugh, I should have learned any amount of magic.
You can practically hear Lord Pierce grinding his teeth. Your Honor, Lord Pierce could very well be a suspect in the murder of Flintheart McCoy. The defense argues that this presents enough reasonable doubt to acquit the defendant.
I acknowledge that Lord Pierce's actions are quite suspect. However, I will not pass a verdict just yet. There is much more we need to learn.
What? That's not how it works. We proved that there's reasonable doubt. That should be enough to acquit me, right?
In a normal case, maybe, but it's different for this trial. The public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence. The court will keep drawing out this case.
Unequivocally.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
But that's not fair.
I added a B. This is how the system works. Our court system doesn't exist to enact exact justice.
Why are we
It
here?
exists so that the kingdom can save face.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
However, the courts will be suspending
my
the trial
God.
of Celeste McCoy until further notice. That is until Lord Pierce can be investigated as a possible suspect.
Objection!
Objection. Your Honor, a possible suspect? The very idea of that is preposterous, Your Honor.
Damn it. You knew she was planning something.
Why didn't you stop her? Let's revisit the basic facts of this case, shall we? Flynn McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active on it. You can't say that definitively. Mr. Cuthbert, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows?
It's Cuthbert. All right. His spells are Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid.
Okay, there you have a blade. I don't know. You've realized it too, haven't you? Lord Pierce doesn't know any transmutation spells that can be channeled through a solid object.
What?
Yeah, a liquid object, right?
That can't be right.
Let me read these spells with one description on them again. His arcane art is You're right. You're absolutely right, Lady Steelwind. I couldn't have possibly committed the murder.
I see. With that in mind, that would leave the defendant as the only possible killer.
But he was the only other mage there. He has to be the real murderer.
But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. We can't prove that he stabbed him while casting magic.
Oh my god, the what? I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna be on trial for your murder in a second. Wait a minute. How did you do it then?
She's right.
Don't do that.
If there's any traces of transmutation magic on the wound, then Flintheart was definitely stabbed by something magical. But none of his transmutation spells can affect the steel blade.
Oh my god.
Does that mean he used something else?
Schmack. Well, there's
The
nothing
defense
else.
did cast some doubt on this witness's testimony. Nevertheless, I must conclude that he could not have possibly committed the murder.
Does no one use their brains in this room?
With that in mind,
Do I have
Please
to bring
wait,
up
Your
chess
Honor.
again?
We still can't conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime.
What are you on about? Lady Steelwine said it herself, you commoner. I don't know any spells that can be channeled through a metal blade. Oh my god.
He's right. Which can only mean one
Why?
thing.
It's not a metal blade.
You didn't use a metal blade, did you?
What nonsense is this? The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he have possibly committed the crime? Well, it's a good thing we talked about how the reliability of an autopsy report is not so reliable.
Yeah. If the person who kills the guy does anything to the body,
If you do anything to the body, the autopsy report can't really tell you what had happened.
yes, your claim seems quite contrary to the facts thus far, Mr. Cuthbert.
Which spell did Lord Pierce commit murder?
Which spell could Lord Pierce have possibly used to kill the victim?
Present compendium. or
the
spells, I guess.
sword.
Celeste stored. Hypothermia, not that. There would have been things, right? You can the water, shape liquid, and complex shapes, and then you can choose to freeze the liquid while frozen.
Okay.
And then it can make it melt.
You see, Your Honor,
Is this not it?
Garrick
Oh.
Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. He killed him using an object shaped exactly like a sword.
Uh-oh. I admit it now. What?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert.
I'd like for the court to take a look at Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shape Liquid that he can turn into a sword.
An insignificant spell. He can alter any body of water. Yeah, insignificant.
With it, he can control a body of water and shape it into any complex shape he wants. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape. A shape like a sword.
What? No. Is it possible that he...
What do you have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce?
What do I have to say?
Pierce's breathing becomes more frantic. I'm actually saying this louder so everyone can
Yeah.
hear. He clearly is not used to being put in a corner like this.
He's clearly not used to putting horn like this.
You can see his stress and frustration emanating through the eye of Or. Wait!
I won't use magic here.
You have him now. Time for the finishing blow. Argument!
I'll tell you exactly what I have to say, you commoner. I'm not the one on trial here. We're here because of that bastard child didn't know her place. She's just a peasant, yet she still learned the... All right, isn't it blood related? Isn't it passed down through blood? And yet she still learned the Arcane arts. And look what happened. I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. That girl used our holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage.
Present.
Um,
You witness everything. The map. I don't know.
Everything.
The lack of lights.
Lack of, but it's still impossible. So he still would have had to have been closer. Because he's saying he witnessed everything. We can take some hits.
And how, pray tell, did you see everything? If you recall, you testified that you only took a single step inside the inn, but you would have needed to be within 15 feet to see my client with conjure light.
This again? Gain? If you're going to keep treating on that one detail, then I admit it. I stepped further into the inn. I kept that detail out of my testimony. All because I knew that you'd use it to cast suspicion on me.
Lord Pierce!
But you didn't just keep that detail from your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury.
We knew that. No, I mean... you miserable reach. Perjury by Guy Pierce. His lies not gonna notice.
And let's not stop there. For your story to be true,
They're adding too much evidence for this to be done.
you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just finished committing a murder. Wouldn't she have noticed you?
Have you seen those tables? They're huge.
If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. So why didn't you? Don't you have a duty to your citizens?
Shut up. Shut your dirty peasant mouth. That woman was armed. I had no reason to put my life in danger. She was wielding her sword after them.
Oh my god.
I was terrified when I saw her holding that bloody sword. My life was in danger.
We're finally getting to this part. You think it's a crime scene picture? Because it's a picture of the sword. Or the sword.
I think it's the picture of the sword.
But that can't be right, can it, Lord Pierce? This photo of the crime scene shows that the sword was left in the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it there?
What? Damn you. Damn you. Steelwind, why aren't you saying anything? What?
Prosecutor Steelwind has lost her usual air of confidence. You find it strange, though. Even when you had the advantage, she always maintained her usual poise.
Lord Pierce, please pull yourself together.
How could I remain calm when this charlatan is trying to frame me? This is a complete travesty of our justice system. I came here to reveal the truth. Okay, so we're using the truth. And what do I get? Slander from some lowly defense-y attorney?
So which one is it?
It's the thing he lies. He's a liar.
This one?
His lies. Yeah, he's openly admitted to committing perjury.
You talk about justice, but you've committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You're clearly not acting in good faith.
Oh, no.
You don't care about justice. You just want to further your agenda. So admit it, Pierce. You created a makeshift sword using shape liquid, and you used it to impale Flinhert. You shoved my client's sword into the wound, while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it?
Obviously not. You've discovered. I've given up.
What?
Lord Pierce.
My apologies, Your Honor. It's just that I realized something absolutely hilarious.
What? Has he finally lost his mind?
The defense put forward an interesting theory. But there's one problem with it.
And what's that?
I think you said it yourself.
You shoved Celeste Willard into the womb. Well, the real... It was a perfect crime, wasn't it?
You see, it would have been a perfect crime. Because any evidence to support that theory would have evaporated with that frozen blade.
What? God, can she say anything else?
No! He's right. If he had used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now.
Okay, so we're doing circumstantial evidence, like, which is not great in a normal court of law, but this is magic law.
Then that means...
There would be nothing left of the murder weapon.
Except the magic trace. You've spun quite the tale here today. But in the end, you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, do you?
You have nothing on me. I'm not gonna lick my lips.
Isn't there anything we can do?
You become quiet.
Why isn't he saying... Tyrion! Why isn't he saying anything? Is it really hopeless?
But all it takes is one look at the expression on your face. Any worries she had instantly disappear.
I'm gonna slowly talk to you about chess and walk you back through it.
Because she realizes the expression on your face is the same expression every time you defeated her.
What is this? You can glare at me all you want. It won't change the fact that you've loosed.
I despise people like you. You twist the system to serve your own ends. You trample on the lives of innocent people. But as long as I'm here, I will never let that happen again.
It gets evaporated. The Cyclops laser beam.
What did I just do? Your head feels like it's about to burst. The pain is unbearable and overwhelming.
But it's certainly not magic.
But at the same time, you feel an extreme sense of clarity. As if you can see more than you could before.
I can't believe that peasant pushed me this far.
Once again, you see Pierce's thoughts through the eye of Horus.
Now you're saying...
That was what we said last time too.
Well, you weren't saying it, I was saying that.
But this sensation feels different from how it usually is. It's more intense and potent this time. It's almost as if you can do more than just read his surface level thoughts. You can change them.
Empowered Eye. You've activated the Empowered Eye. With it, you'll be able to do more than just see the witness's thoughts. You'll also be able to affect what they think about. Gaslighting. Project items into Pierce's mind to evoke thought from him. You'll want to project items that make him think about the murder. Evoking the right thoughts will raise your insight. Once the insight gauge is filled, you'll have everything you need to implicate him.
Okay. Project the bottle.
Why am I thinking of such a thing?
He was holding it.
That piece of evidence
know.
didn't... Maybe you'll see something if you project pieces of evidence related to the murder. Sword. That's related. What an ornate sword. I wonder how a commoner like her obtained such a thing. I wonder if the Inquisition will let me have it once the girl is convicted.
This doesn't give you anything that you can use. You should try something else. Okay. Sister?
Yeah. Why am I okay, I guess later. Spells, sure, shape liquid.
After all the trouble I went to, I can't believe that lawyer figured out the spell I used. Well, no matter. It's not as if there's any evidence to prove that I used it. I'm lucky that old fool had that bottle of water with him.
There's just one. Water from a bottle? Wait, a bottle?
God, it's almost like the things around the body are important. Well then, as riveting as this has been, I believe it's time for me to take my leavey.
Now wait a minute, Pierce.
What is it new, you reach? I'll say it as many times as you need to hear. There is no evidence of a liquefied weapon at the crime scene.
Present. Bottle.
Yeah. There's a bottle at the crime.
You're right, Pierce. If you did use shape liquid on a body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely.
It seems like you finally gotten that fact through your thick head. Bravo.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if
Bravo. Sorry.
No.
Bravo.
What if you didn't use shape liquid on a body of water? What if it was another type of liquid?
Oh, what are you going on about?
Pierce, shape liquid doesn't just work on water.
God, it's not called, the spell isn't called shape water, idiot.
It works on all kinds of liquids. This shattered bottle contained the liquid that you cast your spell on, didn't it? You show him the picture of the shattered bottle of
Look at this
lotus
picture.
juice.
That bottle.
Pierce, I found this shattered bottle on the ground near the victim's body. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid in his hands. I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had someone analyze the broken pieces of this bottle, would we find traces of transmutation on it?
Magic.
Whatever.
You Lytle! That still proves nothing. So what if there are traces of magic on the shattered bottle? You still don't have a murder weapon.
I wasn't finished, Pierce.
What?
You see, the liquid contained in this bottle wasn't water. It was soda.
Soda? What difference does that make?
A bottle of ice made out of
blade
water.
of ice.
A blade of ice made out of water
A bottle of ice made out of water.
would have evaporated entirely. But a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle of dried residue.
So would the water. They leave some. No, it can't.
I'd wondered why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body.
Whoa.
If we checked the outline of that trace, I bet we'd find a dried puddle of soda residue. That would prove that you used your magic on the soda. There's your murder weapon, Pierce.
Whoa. Just ascended there for a second. Sorry.
And that's checkmate.
Oh, God. It started again. Bailiff, tell Orem to analyze the crime scene at once. Hopefully we'll get that really fast. We must determine if this puddle of soda residue exists. The time window to find traces of magic is closing. Hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? So, we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puddle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of the dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of the trace of transmutation. I can't believe we found it. Where the body was, where we drew the chalk outline. We checked the broken bottle, too. There were traces of transmutation magic on it as well. There's no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda. I see. Thank you, Orem. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand. I'm sick and tired of this.
What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce?
There's only so many different pronunciations of words I can use. Humph. What do you think you've accomplished here today? Do you honestly think you can indict me? I am aristocrat from the highest echelons of our society. That fool of a man was an insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by removing my Honda civic duty to... Oh. Objection. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell. Steel wind? First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce. I suggest you remain silent, lest you incriminate yourself further. What? You can't be serious. Shut your... Shut your insidious mouth. Well, what are you all waiting for? Take him away.
Yes, take him away at once.
Oh, it's like they did Miles Edgeworth, but the entire character arc in one. I can't believe it. We actually won. Tyrion, I'm so happy, sad.
It's all she can do to hold back her tears.
I hope this epilogue isn't too long. This episode's almost an hour.
You don't need to say anything. Your face says it all.
And your emotions I read with my mind. Thank you. You've more than exceeded my expectations today.
Wait, did you expect me to lose? Miss Timora!
I'll be honest, I thought she was getting the chair. When I realized that the murder weapon evaporated, I thought the case was shot. I didn't think about soda. I never think about soda. I can't believe you were able to turn that around.
It was just luck. If he had used water, we would have been done for.
Would you? Does the water not still leave traces of magic? It had nothing to do with luck. You were able to deduce which liquid he used. And you did it just by looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skills of deduction never cease to amaze me.
Wow, you figured out someone broke into this house, and only by looking at a few pieces of broken glass.
And also every spell at his disposal, and also his own confession.
That's not exactly true. But with Celeste there, you can't tell her about your new ability.
You all are quite lively. Why can't you tell Celeste?
I don't trust Celeste yet.
Is it... Celeste is... You're the person you defended,
Yeah.
and you were like, you're my first new friend in years.
And she doesn't know about the eye yet.
What is she gonna do? She uses magic as a mercenary. You got her off of murder. She'll die for you now. There's no need for such hostility. Though, I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker. Of course, do you think I'm stupid? I saw him shout, I am Harusat in the courtroom.
Wait, what did she mean by that? You glance at Miss Timora, but when she meets your gaze, she immediately looks away. She looks like she's focusing, almost as if to protect herself from a certain eye.
I must admit, I was hoping to test my blade against you directly. However, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary.
Thank you?
Is this some kind of game to you? You talk about trials as if they're some kind of competition. Your action almost condemned an innocent woman to death. What, was no one going to take up the prosecutor role?
Yeah.
Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was just our system working as intended. Ha! Working as intended? You know very well our system only exists to protect your people. What do you mean, my people? I know.
What?
In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I am going to be at every case from now on. I will lose each case from now on.
I will have an 0-5 record against you, and no one will want me.
I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert.
It's Cuthbert!
Slaps you.
What a strange girl.
Oh, well, that kind of killed the mood, didn't it? You gonna tell me about that eye thing? Not at all. I think we should celebrate. Oh, what did you have in mind? Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, there's this amazing restaurant in the upper quarter of the capital city, surrounded by all those nobles you just ticked off. They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in if they have enough gold. Why are we spending money?
Wait, do we have enough gold?
Of course we do. Don't worry about the details. I've blackmailed the restaurant owner. I'll handle everything.
Wait, just how much money does Miss Timora have? Make. And so my journey into the world of law and
So
magic
began my journey. We're losing whole words here.
is rotten to its core, and I'll have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for every one of my clients. Episode end.
Completed case 1, the cold-hearted aristocrat. We didn't even
Saved,
use the
saved,
fact that he
saved,
hated.
saved.
Is that going to be in our inventory forever? The fact that he killed
The
'cause
sister.
We didn't use. Oh wait, we did use it
We did
against
use it.
Celeste.
We didn't use half the spells though.
Nope. All right.
right.
Well, yeah, we do need to sync out. But that is going to be after we tell everyone next time on Bee Buds. All right. Goodbye, everybody. So each of those takes about 6 hours, 4 hours, little over.
The beginning one. The rest of them will
Yeah.
be more complicated.
Uh-oh. It's gonna, I don't. Will we have time? Will we have the schedule space?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Find out next time.
No, we already did that. This is going in the background.